I know this is my third video today, but the boy, well, I don't know about the boy, but the man, N8FX11, he made a new speed sim video, and he said some stuff in here that I want to give my opinions on. I'm not trying to send hate to him at all, but I do just want to say that he said some things that low-key I don't agree with, and some things I do agree with.
We have a different kind of video.
And yes, we are going to go through all 17 minutes.
Because there has been a ton of discussion about the state of the game, where Sonic Speed Simulator is going. Some people are concerned, some people are happy, and some people, well, have some criticism. So today, I gathered the top 4 main points Sonic Speed Simulator really needs to focus on this year. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. And now coming in at number 1, we have the golden eggs. Now before I start, I want to say, I know I hear the comments, the golden eggs have been fixed. Well, I think they can still be improved by a little bit. As you guys know, no golden eggs are actually inside the game right now, as you can see right here. And you can also see that this Rockstar Sonic event ends in 8 days. So that means that we're probably going to be getting a gold eggs event. And again, guys, like what I've said before, the golden eggs have been getting much better. Don't get me wrong. But every single time if gold eggs come out, there's always something getting tweaked. Like maybe there's a less chance, or the gold eggs last for a longer time, or even there being a lower stock of the skins.
That's my first thing I want to bring up. I think them decreasing stocks was a terrible idea. Because, in my opinion anyways, from what I've seen, it heavily decreases people from actually wanting to try to spend money to get them. Because think about it, right? Almost every gold skin had at least 10,000. And there were so many players, but 10,000, you had a high chance of getting him. At least, you had a good opportunity to. Now, like recently with Luminosity Sonic and Luminosity Shadow, Sonic only had about 4,000, and Shadow only had like 2,000. I think, if I'm wrong. I could be very wrong. And it made them delete really fast. And call me a hater, but I genuinely don't think, like, the more common skin should have that high of a percentage. Because then, if people get doubles, it takes them away from the counter, decreasing your chances even more to get the skin. In my opinion, and this is very strong, and I also don't really agree with my own comment, but I do think in a way they should make it so once you get the skin, it locks and you can't get another double. Because in my opinion, the fact that somebody can pull, like, for example, 7 Luminosity Sonics out of a pool of 10 and instantly decrease the number by 7 is gross.
Luminosity Sonic, for example. So with these gold eggs, what I think they should be doing is finding their ground. I think we should try to see what actually does work best and stop changing it so where it's like, this time there's a higher % chance to get skin.
Normally, I don't agree with N8FX11 at all, because half the time I genuinely think his points are either a bit glazy or childish. No offense to this guy at all. I don't mean to, like, be hurtful or come off as rude, but that's the one thing he said so far that I do 100% agree with. They do need to stop changing the system. It's getting old.
Next time is lower, or there's a
they need to stop.
It takes more steps to get the egg than it does before. My point is, guys, is that I want the golden eggs to stay the same. No more tweaks. So whatever they have to do, my personal recommendation is have a limit of not 4,000 skins, but for like Luminosity Sonic, the more common skin should probably get like 6,000, 5,000.
That's where I say, why not just give each skin 10,000, 10,000? That system worked before, and to me, at least, the number was fair when it was 10,000, 10,000.
1,000 copies of the skin at the very least. And I also think more limited skins like the Phantom Rider should either get a higher amount. Like I know for Luminosity Shadow, how much stock does he have? Like 1,000? He should have probably got maybe like, I don't know, like 3,000 stocks of the skin. But I also think Phantom Rider should have not gotten 10,000 because I don't say that's easy, but there's a lot of that skin.
Personally, I'm okay with Phantom Rider getting 10,000. It meant that more people could get him, and on top of that, though, he still felt rare if you had him, because there were so many times where you go into a lobby and no one has him. So maybe I'm just weird, but there were several times where I went into full servers and yet no one had him.
I think it's the rarest skin of that bunch of the golden eggs. I would prefer this skin to maybe have 5,000. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad it does have 10,000.
No hate to him, but I also don't like that he gets like instantly defensive sometimes. Like, just a little bit of my personal bias. I think YouTube is a good place to speak freely of your opinions, assuming that you're not being like too critical or really extra with it. Give an opinion. Don't be defensive of it.
I guess to make sense with the golden eggs, it should have been at 5,000. Do you guys know what I mean? So again, I'm just going to repeat myself. My point is that moving forward, the golden eggs should stay consistent and not switch up rarities or steps you have to take. Because if we're being honest, every golden eggs update has always been changing. And I'm going to be honest, it does get a little annoying after a while, especially considering when they make it harder or less amounts, or again, you have to take more steps, which that's probably one of the most annoying things. So anyways, guys, now that we're done with point number 1, let's move on to point number 2. And on to note number 2, I want to talk about the brand new Fast Pass. And when I mean brand new, I mean like whatever, right? Like it's like 5 months old, something like that. And
in a weird way, I know this kid's a Sonic fan, but part of me also feels like he's like very not caring or engaged, because the passes are only a month long and this is the 4th one. It wasn't like 5 months ago. I'm actually not going to elaborate on that point. If you know, you know.
To be honest, I think the Fast Pass is getting worse and worse with each update. Because obviously,
I agree.
The very first update with Vampire Silver, and then after that we had the Adventure update with Adventure Rouge. This is probably the best Fast Pass ever.
I personally do not agree with that at all. In my personal opinion, I think the Halloween one was the best one, because it had the most content and the most to do. And if you didn't actually want to actively grind for tickets, you could sit in auto run and have the game basically do it for you, which I personally liked. It also meant that people who need to multitask, like what if you have homework but you also want to grind this, you can do your homework while it does it for you in the background. Now, him saying that the Adventure Pass was the best, I personally think it was the worst one. I genuinely think that Adventure Rouge and Adventure Tales were amazing skins, but I genuinely didn't like the pass because there was not content there. To me personally, it was very lackluster and there wasn't a whole lot in it. So in a weird way, it felt dumb, because it's like I had to get to half of the Fast Pass just to get Tails, and then I had to get all the way to the end for Rouge. Now, he's about to bring up about the extension. From everything that I've seen, people were not happy about the extension, because it just meant it's more work, in a way. And personally, I also didn't like the extension, because so far now, every single pass has only had 30 tiers, and that one had 35, and no reason why they had to do that.
And they also came with an extended version, but then it all started going downhill with the 3rd season.
To me, it all started going downhill with the 2nd season, because that's when they basically removed tickets from everything. You couldn't grind stuff out in Green Hill anymore.
And now the 4th season...
And I personally thought the 3rd one was decent for people who didn't have like any of the Christmas skins. It was pretty solid. If I had to rate them, though, from worst to best, 2 would be the worst. Then there's 4, then 3, and then the first one. The Halloween one was always going to be the best one.
See, it's good, and I wouldn't say it's bad either. So
I would also like to contest, this current Fast Pass is very bad.
now, I want to talk about the first and the second Fast Pass. Now, see, these Fast Pass were very good.
The second one was not very good.
They had a reward for every single quest. they had race tickets, not the race tickets, but the fast pass tickets all around the map. It was very simple and easy to get. You
I agree.
even like destroy things to get the tickets.
I also agree.
You could still do time trials and races. The system was very cheesy, but it was very good.
I don't know about cheesy, and I don't know if cheesy is the right word to use there, but yes, the first pass and its system were very good.
That's when I personally think, from a YouTuber standpoint, the fast pass would.
Yes, you make videos, but the fact that you consider yourself a YouTuber is very bold. Again, not trying to send hate, but your videos aren't the most impressive things in the world, so yeah. I don't even consider myself a YouTuber. I just consider myself a kid who makes videos.
It's prime because you can easily get
That wasn't related to this at all, so please, I apologize for that.
skins, and obviously you can crank out a video showcasing the skins without having to buy them. But now I want to talk about the Fast Pass now, Season 3 and Season 4. Now let's just take a look at this Fast Pass, for example. First off, as you can see, there is way less free stuff.
That started, though, in Season 2. So why are you dissing on 3 and 4 without bringing up that 2 also had barely any content in it?
For every single slot used to be filled, and now half of them are empty.
I know I sound like a broken record, and I am very sorry for it, but I hate that he is basically trying to play off 3 and 4 as if they were so terrible. Don't get me wrong, they were very terrible, but the fact that he's trying to like ignore 2 and act like 2 is good. 2 is when they removed tickets from Green Hill. I think they did, at least. But 2 is when they removed tickets from Green Hill. 2 is when they did all this grindy stuff. 2 was when they added less rewards. And even then, as a whole, even if you bought the pass, there still wasn't jack squat in it.
That is really sad. And also, this Fast Pass doesn't know its identity. I mean, like, we have a Royal King Shadow skin here. Parties.
Yeah, we want royalty, birthday,
Skins,
summer,
skins,
jungle,
animal
ninja,
skins, ninja skins,
and then ocean.
and pirate skins. And unlike any other Fast Pass, they've always had a theme. Like, I'm going to use Fortnite for example. They always
Why are you using Fortnite as an example?
have a theme with their battle pass. And if you don't have a theme, then it is a mess. And sure, you can throw in a bunch of collabs with Godzilla or Baymax, but it will still feel
If you guys could read my mind right now, that's all I'm gonna say.
the same. But the difference between Fortnite and Sonic Speed Simulator is that, well, this Fast Pass has no identity. It wants to be so many things.
And yet Fortnite doesn't want to be original. Fortnite itself doesn't have its own identity. That's kind of a bad point to make, especially since most Fortnite Battle Passes have also been absolute trash. Therefore, I don't know what point you're trying to make here.
Sure, you can throw in 1 or 2 fun things in there, but when it gets to
The whole pass is supposed to be fun, not 1 or 2. The whole pass is supposed to be fun and filled with content.
where you just throw in everything you can, it kind of loses its identity at the end of the day. And now
But he's not wrong. It does lose its identity.
Not the premium pass. I think that's okay. They gotta make money somehow, right? And not
Yeah, but they make money off of like every other thing.
just skipping levels, even though you don't really have to use to do that because the race ticket method. I'm not that upset about that. Again, if you want to skip levels, go ahead. They need to make money. But I want to talk about the challenges. Because as we all know, when they added the challenges, people got
I don't hate the challenge system. I hate that after you beat a challenge, there's a timer until you can get another one unless you pay.
upset because they removed the race tickets from the map. And now this is what I think.
But I don't hate challenges.
I know.
I don't like them, but I don't hate them, and I'll do them.
Logging on to the game normally to do quests and do stuff like that, so obviously they can make more money. Which again, I understand that. It makes total sense. And if you want me to be honest,
Do you understand, though? Do you? I'm probably going to make a lot more videos reacting to his stuff, because he's done a lot of things that I personally disagree with, and some things that I do agree with, and I'd like to give my opinions on some of these, because I see a lot of people in the comments just saying great vid or I agree, when no one else is like voicing anything that they might disagree with. Personally, guys, similar with me, I like it when you guys criticize me. If you guys glazed me 24/7, I wouldn't be able to look at things differently, or better yet, have another viewpoint.
This method is way better than the tickets going all around the map. Because then again, guys, this is supposed to be a battle pass, not a mini pass that takes you 12 hours. But the two things I don't like about
It does, though.
it is the Robux, which is not that big of a deal. Again, if you want to refresh your quest for whatever reason, you can. But the one thing I really, really don't like about it is the ticket percentage. Because tickets barely give you anything. I mean, like, if I'm going to be honest,
I think you meant to word that as the this is not a criticism, but I think you meant to word that as the quests barely give you tickets, not the tickets barely give anything. I think you meant to say that the quests barely give you any tickets as a reward for doing them.
1 to 5 give you 150. Worlds, I'm pretty sure 6 to 10 give you
300, and then the rest
give you 500.
The final world? I think you mean the final world, specifically 11 through 14. Those ones give you 500, though. Those are your big heavy hitters. However, after you do them, they take like 12 hours to refresh.
Now, if they doubled, it would encourage me to keep playing the game, because currently, right now, I'm only...
If those don't encourage you to keep playing the game, then why are you playing the game right now?
Like what? Level 16 out of 30. And the Fast Pass update's been out for 2 weeks. So if they just doubled the amount, it would encourage me to keep playing the game and wanting to grab...
Me personally, more tickets wouldn't encourage me to play. The thing that would encourage me to play is actually have, good content in the passes. I know it would be a lot of work, but maybe we get a new Fast Pass with nothing but original skins.
Fast Pass.
I genuinely think that would do really well. Notice how Fortnite... Actually, that's a lie. They have done it before. But notice how Fortnite doesn't constantly recycle like skins in their passes. Almost every time, even if the pass is terrible, the skins are new. So maybe for a future Fast Pass, we could get all new skins.
Mature. And again, guys, there are more...
Even though that'd be a lot of work for Game Fam, and even though Game Fam drives me nuts sometimes, I do not wish that upon them.
Doing races, and you could even do time trials as well. But those just give you so little. Again, maybe if you got a gold medal in time trial, it would give you 50 instead of 15. Do you guys know what I'm saying?
But then again though, if you have Super Shadow and you do time trials, and you always get gold, you can get 150 for doing a couple time trials super quick than you would doing an actual quest. Because there's a Green Hill time trial. I think it's the first one. And if you use Super Shadow, you can get a time of sub 20 seconds. So you're getting 15 tickets every 20 seconds. Maybe I'm weird, but I don't think the low amount's a problem, as it's like a little side mode. Something that, like, you're still going to get tickets for something, it's just not going to be as much.
Made the race tickets easier to get and more rewarding, people wouldn't want to go back to the race tickets on the ground. Instead, they would like the challenges and the races and the time trials. But again, guys, the issue with that is that they don't give you enough race tickets, at least in my opinion. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think of the Fast Pass in the comments. I don't know, I think the original Fast Pass, Season 1 and 2, was way better than this Fast Pass.
2 was terrible.
All we, in my opinion, have to do is really upgrade the tickets for the challenges, races, and time trials, and I think it would actually be pretty good. But anyways, guys, moving on to the next point. But anyways, guys, on to my third point. I want to talk about events now. Because, guys, if we're being honest, events nowadays are not the greatest. I have to be honest.
They aren't, however, Super Shadow, even though Silver's portion of the thing basically kind of killed the game with all those people jumping online at that time. Super Shadow's event was really good, and I'd even argue that I'm okay with like a phase 2 of the Battle of the Bands quest. The thing for me that killed some events is some events that we should get, we don't get. Like, we still have yet to get a Movie Shadow event for Sonic Movie 3. I know they're probably not going to do that, but I still think that a movie shadow event would have helped the game.
So let me pitch to you what a month of events looks like inside of Sonic Speed Simulator.
Oh,
Ready?
Jesus.
First
Nope, I am
update,
not
a
ready.
fast pass of the month. Second update, an event. Third update, a golden eggs. And fourth update, a 2x event.
No, 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 no. Not trying to be a hater. I'm trying to be super polite right now. 2 of your 4 ideas, no offense, are not good ideas. I hate the times 2 events as it feels like a waste of a Saturday. There are times where I get on and all I can review is the freaking Robux shop because all we got are times 2. Like, I can't make videos on that, in my opinion. And I think other people too, they wake up and get excited because it's like, oh, sweet, new skin to grind out, maybe a new world. We don't get that. We get times 2. No offense, but times 2 is bad. I don't like it. I don't like times 2 events. And gold eggs, everybody hates gold eggs. If people like them, it's okay for them to like them. But I know me and the majority despise gold eggs. So adding out a new gold eggs update, in my opinion, is absolutely stupid. It's stupid. And I'm trying to not be rude because I don't want to come off as hostile or seem like I'm targeting him, but I don't like gold eggs. And I know a majority of people also do not like gold eggs. By the way, I'm sorry if this video is so long, but there's some points that I just really needed to get out.
I'm going to be honest. For me, as a content creator, I try to cover every single update, even if it's really small.
Me too.
But I mean, like, guys, we need more events. Like, I'm sorry.
I agree.
Back in the day, we had so many events. Every single week, it was a new skin, a new event to grind for. But now, they're all just covered up by fast passes and golden eggs.
Then why do you want fast passes and gold eggs as updates every month? You're kind of contradicting yourself there.
Again, I understand. The devs don't have
But you don't understand. You just contradicted yourself.
control over that stuff. That's all game fam. And I also understand that too.
Part of it's also Sega. Like, Speed Sim... Keep in mind, Sega has to approve everything that GameFam puts in the game. So if GameFam puts something in the game, Sega approved of it.
Times events, they need breaks and they need to work on the events.
They do. That's why we sometimes get times 2 events. Times 2 events suck, but sometimes we get them because the devs are either taking breaks or they're working on something huge.
The only event.
And no, I am not defending GameFam.
I get this month, and if I have to be honest, this event was super good.
I don't know about super good, but it was pretty cool. I did like it.
Like that frequently. And again, back in the day, we used to get so many events per week. Sure, they're not as.
I'll be honest, Ninja Shadow was kind of a bit of a lackluster event. I didn't hate it though, as it encouraged me to look around, but it was kind of lackluster.
I want to see rerun events of Chrome Style Sonic when a new Fast Pass comes out.
You said Chrome Style Sonic, but your subtitles said Chrome Metal Sonic. I'm very confused.
Updates like the golden eggs just by itself.
Oh, we got an ad. I'm gonna pause until the ad's over. And we're back.
Alongside of that. And again, guys, I know the developers need a break, and that's why we have the 2x events for it. But I just want more cool events and cooler skins.
But as much as it really hurts me to admit, don't get me wrong, I'm like you. I want cooler skins. For me personally, those skins aren't the main thing I'm after. I'm after worlds. I need more places to run around and explore. I need more worlds. The issue is the worlds take so long to construct. But that's why we actually do have those events. Like it or not, for all of us, we just have to admit that if these guys don't get breaks and the time that they need to make something good, this game is going to be filled with nothing but trash. And it hurts me to say because I don't like waiting either.
Like, for example, I would love some reskins of the classic Sonic skins.
But you know, everybody knows why they can't do that, as Sega said no, and that GameFam even announced that they can't make those anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I would have loved, like, to play as Fang, like in that one Roblox fan game I played. And I would have loved to play as, like, other versions of the characters. Shoot, Trip maybe? Bark? Bean? classic SBO, I would have loved to play as classic Metal Sonic, but the thing is, though, we can't because they're not allowed to make classic skins anymore.
Even like Tangled. So yeah, guys. Again, in my opinion, I think we should get more events to keep the content coming.
I agree, but we gotta give them time.
Events, fast passes, and gold eggs. And I know some.
But you said no rerun events, but yet you also said that they need to every month for a concept. You said a fast pass and a gold egg event. Again, not trying to be a hater, but you're contradicting yourself, so some clarification on that would be great.
Those are out of developers' control, but I would love to see side events.
Didn't you just say, though, that everything is in the developer's control?
Like, for example, the R1 Metal Sonic event came out at the exact same time with the Fast Pass Season 2. That was
You should go watch my video on that, by the way. There's a pretty sweet montage in there.
Incredible event. If they do stuff like that, rather than rerunning Chrome Metal Sonic for the 15,000th time, that would be super.
He's only been rerun like 3 times. That's over exaggeration. Don't get me wrong, I'm tired of Chrome Metal being reran, but when I first started playing Speed Sim back in like 1.5, Speed Sim 1.50, that's when we got. He was just there to unlock, and then they ran him again for Diamond Terminal, if I remember, and then recently they ran him a 3rd time, so it's not 1,500,000, it's 3. But then again, I know that's a gesture for exaggeration, which I respect, but it's also a little bit old.
Cool. But alright, guys, on to my final point. And that point
Sure, what is your final point?
The game is just sort of boring now.
I agree. 100% agree. Best point you've made so far.
We've had this issue for a long, long time, and I think I would know how to fix it, but again, I'm not a game developer.
Worlds, I'm telling you. Skins do matter, but worlds. Let me run around Starlight Carnival. Let me play Starlight Zone, Labyrinth, Fudging Marble Zone for all I care, Spring Yard, Emerald Hill. Bring Chemical Plant back, but like revamp it so it's all new. I don't know, Casino Night, Casino Street, I don't know. Give me all of these worlds. Let me run around Ice Cap, or Station Square, or Planet Wisp, or Sweet Mountain. Even Sonic Unleashed worlds, like Shunon, freaking Shamad. Give me Empire City. I'm just throwing stuff out there because I need more worlds. Shoot, I would love it if we could play in Pumpkin Hill. So many other Sonic fan games have done Pumpkin Hill so well. Why can't GameFam do it? Shoot, I would love for Skyrail to be a race where you boost on rails, kind of like the Pyramid Cave race in SA2. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But I agree. The game is very boring now. Like, me and my girlfriend genuinely do not feel like getting on this game sometimes because there's nothing to do.
So I don't know what's right and what's wrong, but what I mean by that is that now the weekly updates, there's nothing much to really do in the game. Like, obviously...
Yeah, I agree. You're 100% correct.
You can log back in to do your legendary spin wheeler, but other than that, there's no other reason why people want to log on that do really everything inside the game. And that's myself included. I mean, like, I don't even really want to log back in to do my Fast Pass challenges, not because I don't want to, because I have other things to do. So this is...
I don't think you meant to say you have other things to do. I think you mean like I have better things to do. Because if you are really going to call yourself a content creator, you need to do something more. Like, really quick, if we take a little bit of an intermission, go to his channel, he almost does nothing but speed sim content. Maybe, I don't know, you're a Sonic YouTuber, man. Like, branch out. Do what I do. Play other Sonic Roblox games, or better yet, I'm gonna start uploading, like, actual gameplay. My girlfriend recently got into SA2 Battle, and she was asking me if I could upload footage of me and her competing in treasure hunting and action races. Which, if you guys would like to see that, please let me know. But, yeah, no, branch out. Do something different. Although, something else I do want to talk about is... And this will be in a later video, but it's here somewhere. His Mythbusters. I have a lot of bones to pick with his Mythbusters. 3 months? I'm so sorry, man. That's terrible. Anyway, enough of my... Yeah. Also, guys, please, get me some viewership here. I would love some viewership. Get me subs, man. This guy has 26.5k. I want subs. I want views. Help me, guys, please. Probably gonna...
So this is what
Okay, there we go.
think
I thought we were
you
gonna get
guys
another ad.
should be doing. So I think number one, I think it's like the most obvious, would revamp races. Not only try to revive races with like the
We do-
ticket thing, which
I'm not gonna
more
pause,
players
but
equals
I'm
more
not
tickets,
saying
which
we
again
need
doesn't really work because it barely
revamped
gives out
races,
tickets,
but
in my
we
opinion.
need
But
more.
I think I have a better solution than that.
Like,
And
maybe
here's the
I'm
thing,
just
it's actually my
really
favorite,
autistic
to be
or have a
honest.
bunch of ADHD.
Number one is that
But
we
I have
definitely
so many
to
ideas
ban
for races and worlds that I feel like I'd be a great asset for this community.
Whoever wins in the entire server, I don't know, they get like a skin or a chow or like a 12-hour boost. Something like that would be very rewarding to get. And then number two.
I don't know about that.
If you guys don't know, if you ever played Fall Guys, I know it's a dead game, Sonic Rumble on top, but if you guys have ever played Fall Guys,
Not to cuss, but I want to tell you, fuck off. Do not ever... Don't get me wrong, I like Sonic Rumble, but do not ever put Sonic Rumble over Fall Guys. I know Fall Guys is dead, but Sonic Rumble, you can't compete.
you guys would not know that Fall Guys...
I still like Sonic Rumble, though. That doesn't mean I hate it.
So every single time you would win a game, you would get closer to winning a reward. And at the end of it all, you can get like a free skin or like a free emote and stuff like that. So how about...
Have you ever
the
played
1,000
Fall
races
Guys?
at
That's
Sonic
not their
Simulator?
system.
You get an exclusive Sonic racing skin. I don't really know what I'm talking about.
I talked about exclusive skins in one of my videos, and you guys said that they definitely should not do that. I now understand and see why. No exclusive skins to modes. Genuinely, that's a terrible idea. Would it heavily encourage people to play it? Yes, but then how do you think people are going to feel when they can't unlock it? They're going to feel terrible.
What they could do, but I think that system would work. The more times you win races, the more rewards you get. That would entice people to play more races and verse against each other. Something like that would entice...
Even if you have that system, people aren't going to play races. Because it's the same races, just a new system. Unless if you also add a lot more races on top of that, then that system's not going to do anything.
People to log back on and actually want to race. Or what they could even do is...
Even if people have to do races for quests, no one wants to race.
Go up to the Tails or Knuckles or Sonic, and you can do some adventures. And yes, guys, I am aware that didn't really work last time. But again, I don't think it worked because...
Might I add, though, that the adventures were repeatable? Why can't we repeat them anymore? I know some of you guys probably remember that. You could just walk up to Sonic whenever you want and get more quests. And what would you get out of it? Red star rings, maybe even a booster. Like, it was constantly repeatable. I kind of don't like that that's not a thing anymore.
We didn't really have good rewards. Like, how about this time, if you complete something like an adventure, you will get 250 red star rings or something like that.
You get more than that, though.
You need to do adventures or something like that. Or you can even
I felt enticed to do adventures even if I didn't have to do adventures.
Again, even like the Fall Guys thing I said with the races, maybe when you do 200 adventures, you would unlock an adventure tail skin or adventure...
No, that's a bad idea. Maybe I'm just a hater, but that's not a good idea.
Skin. And I'm not talking about this adventure skin. I'm talking about like maybe like Sonic with a pair of binoculars, like he's an adventurer or he's like an explorer. Or you can...
Didn't people hate on Camper Knuckles, though? Why would you throw that on Sonic? When Knuckles basically did something years before and no one liked it.
You can deal with Tails or Knuckles. My point is, there needs to be a good incentive to do these adventures and races.
There is an incentive to do the adventures. You can't progress the game unless you do them. So, my opinion, that point's a little weak. And races, maybe add more races. I don't hate his whole, like, system that he talked about. But unless if we also have new races on top of the system, it's just going to be a system on the same exact races, which I don't think is going to stick very hard.
If there's not, then it's not going to hook anyone to the game. And I also
Nothing they do hooks us in general.
feel like Sonic Speed Simulator, a lot of the reason why people want to try the game is that because it's an online racing game. There's a lot of things to do in it, but
No one plays Speed Simulator because it's an online racer. Speed Sim is a Sonic simulator. It's not a racing game. It's a simulator.
no one races and no one does adventures and no one's really.
But it's a simulator, though. You do what you want. That's a simulation game. It's a sandbox. This game is not a racing game.
During the week.
It has races in it, but the sole focus isn't racing.
Race shop every Wednesday, so it gives people an incentive to come in the game, check the.
Okay, he got a little aggressive there. I'm not gonna say anything, but I don't like that every race skin is now in the shop, because I used to constantly log in and grind out races and check the shop. Like, I used to willingly want to unlock everything, and I used to get defeated if I didn't get everything in time. Like, I will still remember my happiness and joy when I grinded for 6,000 race tickets to get both Gold, Sonic, and Shadow. Like, that felt great, in my opinion.
The shop really grind for some of their favorite rewards. Oh.
Which, more race suit skins, please. We still need skins for Charmy. Charmy needs a race suit, at least. And now that we have even more characters in the game, variants even. We have Gold race suit Sonic. Give us Gold race suit Tails or something, I don't know.
The legendary spinner and the normal spinner every Thursday. So
that would be not a good idea for the spinner. However, I do think that they need to be more consistent on their spinner. But I do not agree with the change it every Thursday when their updates are on Saturday. So if you said Saturday, that'd be more understanding. But even then, how do you think people are going to feel if they can't get enough spins or not enough luck to win stuff, and then it's just gone? Like, I don't think that's good. But I do think, though, that they do need to be a little more consistent on changing out the spin wheel.
Again, on Thursday, more people want to come on and see what the spinner is like. Or
even when there's new stuff in the spinner, nobody wants to come on and see what the spinner's like. I know he's about to talk about changing the Red Star Ring store. I saw things like that in, like, the fan Discord and stuff. I do think they could do something like that. However, I used to like coming on and changing and like checking the RSR store and spending my Red Star rings on it. The only issue is, though, now personally, Red Star rings are so valuable to people that they can't really just spend them on skins like that. And on top of that, I saw a thing that it would decrease skins' value. Yes and no.
Personal favorites, update the Red Ring store maybe every Tuesday or Monday. So then
every Saturday or every other Saturday. Stop doing these random days. They update the game on Saturday. Make it a big update on Saturday. Don't change stuff on Thursday or Tuesday. Don't do that. Do it every single Saturday. And even then with the Red Star Ring shop, it used to be there for like 2 weeks before they would change it, so like maybe every other Saturday. Like, that would work for me, in my opinion, and maybe some of you guys. But I don't want them to put like big hulking rare skins here. I think like the smaller mediocre skins that are like that people would probably pay $1,500 for, I think you should put those there. I got my red Android Shadow and blue Android Shadow from the Red Star Ring store, and I missed that. I missed when I had to do quests for Race Suit Jet, and now he's here for purchase.
Check in on Monday, Tuesday, or whatever day it is to see what skins they can buy for their hard-earned Red Star Ring. Instead of keeping it the exact
Red Star Rings are hard-earned. I agree with the hard-earned part.
Bring back midweek updates. Now,
that is very bold.
I'm pretty sure the best midweek update, in my opinion, was like the enchantment table. That was super.
The only issue about midweek updates, again, that's pushing GameFam a little too hard. Now, I think GameFam does need to be pushed a little bit, but that's a little too hard of a push. I don't think you should be putting all of that work on GameFam, because then it means if they don't deliver, we're just going to hate on them, and it's not fair to them if they actually actively try to make this game good, and yet we just don't think they live up to it.
Cool, but like have maybe like a drag race every once in a while for a midweek update, or
If it's literally just adding a race, I could see that, but also it couldn't be in the middle of the week. It would, in my opinion, would have to be in the middle of every other week.
Something. I don't know. It could be a drag race. It could be something really small.
I prefer actual races though to drag races. I like drag races, but the only thing I could see for a drag race would be like chemical plant and like, I guess, Skyrail. I would love a Skyrail race. Maybe radical. I would also love a radical highway drag race, but you're not on the motorcycle. You actually like run.
Or even if it's like bringing back a little obby. That would be
I did
so
miss the
fun.
cute
And
little
give all the
lobbies. Those were
players a
fun. I
reason
miss
to
those.
actually hop back on
Why don't we
the
have
game,
obstacle
try and do
courses?
a mini update, and give feedback on it.
That would be a cool
Guys,
update.
N8FX,
Add obstacle
I'm sure
courses
everybody would
based
want
on the
that.
worlds.
Well, there you guys go. I think those are the 4 main points on what Sonic Speed Simulator really needs to work on.
Now, not trying to hate on your video, but also it felt like you expanded on more than just 4 points. But some of that stuff, I agree. Game Fam does need to fix that. Some of it, though, I think it's personal bias and not really what they need to fix.
Before I do the end of the video and, give all the shoutouts and stuff, I just want...
You did not sound very excited to do shoutouts. Buddy, these guys support you. They're the reason you have so many subs and views. Why do you not sound so enthusiastic? Just don't need to be in the game. You're honestly kind of stupid. Okay, whoa, whoa. But, okay. But you did not sound that excited to give out shoutouts. Personally, for me, I know I don't sound enthusiastic, but it's also because that's my tone of voice, and I'm also constantly tired. If you guys want shoutouts, I'll happily give shoutouts, and I won't be dull and tired about it. Like, come on, bro. Don't be this, like, bored or, like, unenthusiastic to give shoutouts.
See, guys, majority of the stuff that's happening in Sonic Speed Simulator, like the golden eggs or the fast pass, the developers don't have choice over that. That is Game Fam and Sega.
That is just Sega. That is not Game Fam. Also, you said it is not the developer's choice. It's Game Fam and Sega. Buddy, the developers are Game Fam. Sega is the head. If Game Fam wants to put something in the game, they have to get Sega's approval. If Sega says no, I think you mean to say Game Fam doesn't have, like, choice. Because Sega monitors the game. Don't get me wrong, I love Sega, but, like, they're kind of the reason why some of the stuff that gets put in the game is put in the game. It's not entirely Game Fam's fault. It's Sega's for approving of the thing.
Choice. Now, what developers do have choice over is pitching ideas. At least I'm pretty sure.
What developers do have choice over is pitching ideas. They pitch ideas to Sega. If Sega says no, that's it. Now, I do think Game Fam could take in suggestions from people and have those go to Sega. I think that would be viable, but in general, it's like Game Fam's kind of stuck with their hands tied. And no, I do not approve of anything that they're okay with. Because, keep in mind, again, they have to pitch stuff to Sega, and if Sega says, okay, it can get put in the game. So, it's also Sega's fault for allowing it in the game, but also Game Fam's fault, because it was their idea and it got approved. So, it's both of their faults, but it's also Sega's, because they approve, and they allow what and what can't be in the game.
Right about that one. Like, making the skins, the animations, that's what they have control over. So guys, if there's
They do have control over that, but again, it's not the developers, it's Game Fam. Game Fam are the developers.
I'm sure that helps a lot, and I know that they listen to the community and all that type of stuff.
Do they though? Does Game Fam listen to the community?
Maybe like the races with the Grand Prix, or even just adding back adventures. I mean,
how would you even implement a Grand Prix though?
Like, I think a lot of players would want to come back for a high reward, or again, if you guys have time, even just...
People don't come back for the rewards or the stuff. They come back for fun. The game needs to be fun. Like, I don't want a bunch of stuff to grind for. I just want to have fun. And that's something that I feel like this game has currently been taken away from me. I can't have fun because there's no fun to be had.
Finding midweek updates, like a drag race, not even an action race, just to bring back
action races are better.
old race or like an obby. Something like that would give players a little feeling of nostalgia, but make them want to come back.
If it's new, though, how would it be nostalgic?
So anyways, guys, yeah, that's it from me. I talked to you guys and Sonic Speed.
Sure. Well, he said that's it for him. This is also it for me. Guys, I know this video was really long, but it's first reaction, and plus there was a lot of things I wanted to talk about in relations to his points. If you guys don't watch this whole video, I'll understand, but if you guys did get to the end, please comment ending, and that'll prove to me that you guys got to the end of this video, and it would actually make me feel great. If you guys want shoutouts, ask for shoutouts. If you guys want to like and subscribe, please do that too, as I am a growing creator along with all you guys, my growing community. But without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video. Do a little, hand wave.